change makers, and welcome to The Core, sponsored by Red Apple EdCo. This is your Everything Education podcast. We talk about current events, books to read. We interview education leaders, hear their stories, learn from their biggest lessons, and they share what they wish you knew about what it means to be in education today. I'm your host, Dr. Kia Turner. Buckle up for small seeds of inspiration that can lead to big changes in your classroom practice. Let's take a bite out of today's guest. It's Dr. Kia here at EdCampBoston, and I'm actually at the librarians, that media specialist in Missouri where I come from. Don't get upset at me, you guys. I have the librarians lunch here, and I really wanted to get the chance to get in front of several amazing media specialists because I've never seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in one place. So much so they get to have a special lunch, okay, while they're here. So I'm going to show you the room because I'm a one-person camera crew. Hello, everyone, representing different states, I'm told.
Yep.
Different states and all coming together for EdCamp. So y'all don't need to see me. You know what I look like. I want to keep the camera turned on everyone else slowly, hopefully, so that you can see everyone. So my first question that I always ask everyone is, why do you teach? And in your case, what is it that causes you to continue in the education space? So many things have changed. What is the battery in your back? Why do you keep showing up, doing the cool things you're doing for kids every day? What is that motivation?
Well, it's not the giant paycheck.
Yes,
That's for sure. Not the giant paycheck. It is the love of learning. And librarians and most teachers love to learn. And we like to it's contagious. It is totally contagious. That's why I do this. And I've been doing this for 20 years. Well, librarian for 10. Taught first grade for 10 years before that.
What about you? Why do you teach? Or why do you continue in education?
For me, it's the connection with the students. I find I think as a library media specialist, you connect to a certain population of kids that need a connection at school. And so they're not necessarily, and they could be, the sports, they have their connection, but you find that one student that you just say hello to and you're like, you know your name, you know my name? And I'm like, yeah, you're in here a lot. I want to know you. And I think just making that connection with someone in a school system makes me
We're going to have you two move over here and then I can put this down. Okay. So why do you do it? What is it that keeps you showing up every day?
There's a photo of mine.
That's awesome.
I think books change lives.
Ooh,
They do. You may have the kid in your library whose mother has a drug problem.
Yeah.
And can't talk about it. You might have the kid whose father is being deported and can't talk about it. And the library is a safe place for them to do it and also to get information about things that they're embarrassed to ask their parents or that they're embarrassed to ask their teacher about. And we're like judgment free. And there's a kid who wants to check out a book about sexual assault. It's a safe place for them to do it. And they know that they can come here. And the library is a refuge. It's a refuge for teachers too. They come in when they're hiding from their students.
What were you going to say, Lindsay?
I was going to say that I'm a sneaky science teacher that got into the library lunch.
With the library.
That's you're a friend of the library, is what you're saying.
It's working.
I was just going to share a couple of things that I love about our media center and our media specialist librarian of the district.
Okay, as long as you speak up, share it. There you go.
Along the lines of what you're saying, a refuge and a safe place. Last year when I didn't have my room to myself during my prep, that was my favorite spot to go. But also it's more than just books in there. There's a maker space and different tools and robots and questions and green screen. And it's where the kids know if they have a question about their iPads, they can go, or teachers if something's not working. It's a resource and it's like the center of the school.
That's why it's called a media center.
What's that quote you were gonna? I need to hear this quote.
Yeah. So first of all, I just have this energy, and the kids are the only ones who really get it. Because the teachers are there, but they're like, you might be a bit much.
Yeah.
And the kids, I have enough to share it with them. So their eyes is what keeps me in it. That moment of is so great for me and for them. But there was a quote from, I listened to Circle Round on NPR, which is a podcast for kids. and it's awesome, and it keeps my kids from hitting each other in the backseat. Oh, it's a good resource. But Kelly Barnhill was on that not long ago, and she said reading is an act of radical empathy.
Wow.
And that hit me in such a way that, like, we are offering these windows and doors and mirrors into people's lives, into other worlds, and mirrors for ourselves and for our kids. And that is huge. That's what that space is for. And it could be about all learning for me. And so that's what I hope to offer to our kids and to our teachers, is like the ability to find what you need there, no matter what that might be.
Whether it's in this world or another world.
Whatever it might
Exactly.
be.
Let me ask a separate question then. Is EdCamp where you find what you need? Is that how you get a group of people together like this? Because in this space, this is sort of your refuge, your place to kind of connect with others and say, here's what I'm working on, or here's the kind of challenges we're facing, or here are the questions that kids are asking. Is that what brings you to EdCamp?
So for me, I feel like the library media specialist or the librarian sees the whole school, and you know what's going on in every grade and every room, and you see the whole curriculum. So I feel like we have to be generalists with a passion for all learning and all subjects and just bringing new information to our school. So that's why I come to EdCamp. It's just a chance to sample many different things and bring cool stuff back to my school. And I feel like that's my role, is to sort of, I don't know if I'm a busybody perhaps, but
Absolutely not.
And
Absolutely
if you
not.
are, that's okay.
I mean, it's about lifelong learning. So we're giving up a Saturday to be here, and it's just exciting to kind of know what's going on in the whole building and being that person who can bring people together. Like, I love being able to make connections for my teachers, either within the building, within the district, and then I'm all about global connections, so working on projects to like connect my school to the world. And that's what I get really excited about. That's why I do what I do, and that's why I'm here today. So
I enjoy helping teachers teach, right, too. So it makes me a better instructional partner if I have a clue as to like what other people are talking about that they might want to talk to. So if I'm making those connections.
And also, librarians have changed. We've changed.
yeah,
Our libraries have changed, just as schools have, and we need to keep up with that. It's a more global world for the kids. They're more connected, and we need to stay on top of that. And EdCamp is the best place really to do that. So we can be connected with other teachers. I mean, we got Maine and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Connecticut.
Wow.
And you're from Kansas City?
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas
Y'all know. I'm like, hi, blog.
Usually I win the prize for coming the farthest, but
Hey.
I can speak to you.
Here's a question for you, Tracy, who's been silent somewhat. Would you say that your school, and really all of you, but would you say that your schools are looking to you to be the place where all of it comes together, where they can get tech support, where they can get lesson ideas, where they can get resources for kids?
Yeah.
Y'all see these nodding
Yes,
heads?
definitely.
Look at this.
It's a one-stop shopping. So you can come for research, you can come to expand your research, you can come to create, you can come to connect with other people, you can seek a refuge, whether it's the students or the teachers. It's where everyone can come in, but they can come in by themselves, they can come and be with other people. And that's also kind of why I come to EdCamp as well, because it is a way of connecting to other people and seeing what other teachers are doing, and also saying, okay, now filtering it through and saying, okay, now what can I share? Who needs what in my building?
Okay.
And being able to be a resource.
I'll do 2 more questions, then we're finished, okay? Because I try to keep it to 10 minutes. The first one is, what's one resource, and we'll do a lightning round of this one. One resource you think every educator needs to know about? Like, this is out there, and you totally need to take advantage of it. We're coming left to right. You know, I'm coming to you first. All right, Amy, tell us.
I think the one resource is your professional groups.
Oh.
For example,
You can't all have had the same one. No fair.
so often, as a library media specialist, you're an island as your
Ooh,
job
yeah.
in your building.
That's my
And so-
hashtag. Island
Was it?
to archipelago.
I love it.
That's what we need to do.
I love
I
it.
totally agree.
Right. So, like in New Hampshire, we have the New Hampshire School Library Media Association.
Okay.
And so it's all other librarians in the state of New Hampshire that get together, and we have a presence online through Twitter, or we have a listserv where we're sending emails, and if we need advice about a certain topic, we can just bounce ideas back and forth via email. And then we have sometimes during the year we get together, like after school or on a weekend or even during school hours. And so it's just being able to use resources within your own state with other educators.
So to piggyback on that, like with Professional Learning Network, making that whatever your resources are work for you. I like to think of it as like a lazy river. I'm big into metaphors. So things are going to go by and that's okay. And you can let them go, like let them through the net, catch what you need at the moment. And if it's really good, it's going to come back around again.
I love that.
So
That's so poetic.
I know, and it's so, but like I can see that in my head. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, so it's okay. Like, let it go that you can't catch everything, because that's okay. We can't catch everything, and we can't use it right now.
But it's all archived.
But it's
And
all
you know where to
archived,
find it.
and
All right,
you
so the
know.
next time I go around the bend, I know that that thing is there and I'll get it when I need it.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, maybe it wasn't that great to begin with, so you didn't miss it. But it's okay to get what you need from your network at that moment.
Okay.
And it's okay to change your network too, because it's going to change depending on what you need.
Okay, sneaky science teacher. One resource.
My idea was more like concrete. I was thinking
Do it.
Twitter is
Yeah.
where I go to like if I'm curious about something or searching, and then EdPuzzle I use my classroom for ideas for videos.
Those are important resources. I have teachers all the time who've never heard of EdPuzzle. So glad you brought that. And you're the second person today, not surprisingly, who said Twitter is a resource everybody needs to use and take advantage of. And I would completely agree. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Twitter, I was going to say professional learning sources. I would say our students are a
Ooh.
huge resource, because without them, I mean, we would have a purpose, but they just add so much more, and they teach us. Like, they come to us with things, and because they have questions, we need to either provide the answers or help them find the answers.
That.
For me, I think Skype and Google Hangout, so
Yeah.
making connections with other classrooms, whether it's in Canada or anywhere in the US or the world, that's really opened up our school to the world. So using tools that help us connect.
And I would have to say listservs. I belong to the LM Net. It's a mouthful. But what's wonderful is if I have a question, I can put it out there. Does anybody know the title of this book? And within minutes, I'll get.
That's really global.
It is
Connect
global
with
from
people.
all over the world, or I have a problem. And you get answers, and it's wonderful. The only problem is you get a lot of responses. And if
Yeah.
so right now, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah.
No.
In my email box, there's 14,000 unread emails.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
God.
I can't read them all. But that's the best one.
Okay, last thing, in one sentence, or maybe let's shorten it. In one word, what is the idea you want to put out there about media specialists? What's something that really drives home what you do? One word or a phrase.
Access, creative access.
Ha! Yes, we have to go in order to make it more challenging. Creative access.
I would say global connections.
Ooh,
Vibrant learning.
I like that.
Jack of all trades.
There you go.
Instructional partner.
I love that.
Collaboration with others.
I love that. You ladies have been great in letting me crash your lunch. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much. Bye, you guys. I gotta leave.
Bye. That's all we have for today. Thank you for listening to The Core. Wherever you are listening to us, be sure to like our show, subscribe, and share the episode that's meant the most to you. We appreciate every single one of our subscribers, as do our sponsors. We look forward to seeing you next week. You can also check us out on YouTube at Red Apple EdCo if you'd like to see more video of these conversations. We have them posted there.